OKKK, what they do? It's your boy Purple Lips back with another controversial topic, y'all. So today we're gonna be reacting to your boy Saint the Sinner. Back at it. Like I said, that's one of my favorite YouTubers. So I'm gonna go ahead and push his message out there. Show love to his channel, y'all. This man is a great thinker. I love the way this man think. Look, I agree with him. Hustlers always win, thinkers always lose. From my personal experience, I ain't gonna lie, I always been a thinker, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I always been a person to be methodical. I don't like to act fast. I like to go ahead and gather all the information and then act on it. However, my mom, my brother, other examples, I've seen the opposite from them. Those type of people, I've always saw them kind of like go through things and then just keep elevating through life. Like they just kind of keep building, and you be like, where did that come from? Like, but really, it comes from action, bro. It comes from actions. You think about something and you act on it. You don't sit around and think, because after the time, what I realize is that they just pass you up. I'm being methodical and sitting there, waiting around, waiting for something to happen because of my thoughts, but it's not enough. But I obviously snapped out of that. I progressed from that, and my actions in this, like I said, I agree with this man because of the proof that I've already proved to myself. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to spread this message. If y'all go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Go ahead and get right into this video. Y'all tell me what y'all think, y'all. This is Saint the Sinner. Uh, thinking for broke. Thinking is for broke, while hustlers just always win.
So how do you balance that sense of self-certainty in the, like, hey, like as an entrepreneur and everything, like, hey, I trust that I can figure it out, but also like there's more that I can learn, because sometimes that more for me, the more that I learn, sometimes I feel like I have to deliberate more on the action that I have to take, and I feel like that
Yeah.
slows my action
Yeah,
down,
you
you
should
know?
definitely always prioritize action over thinking and reconsidering, because in the motion you're learning. Right? Like in the midst of the action is where your learning really is. And especially if you're doing something that you have experience in or you have background in, you don't need to consciously think. That's why when I tell people about entrepreneurship, I say you don't think of a product, you experience a product. You experience it. Like, for example, every country I go to, I always say, how could a like me get rich in this? Because I'm a hustler, and I like to put my hustle up against anybody's hustle. So when I come into Vietnam and Hoi An, I'm looking around like, all these broke ass Vietnamese motherfuckers. How would I get my hustle on? So I don't have to be walk around barefoot in this. If I just dropped in this, what would I be hustling? And you experience the idea. You don't think of it. Ooh. The idea that I experienced, I said I would sell socks. I would sell men's dress socks. Has anybody seen a men's dress sock?
No. Wow, that's crazy.
But they do sell a ton of shoes. They make shoes from scratch, handmade. They make suits, which both of them require men's dress socks. I wouldn't even make the dress socks. If I could import them, I'd import them. And if I couldn't, then I'd make them. But I'd get started on it. And the good thing about being a real hustler versus the dumb is you've seen a lot of places that make leather goods, a lot of places that make shoes, and a lot of places that make suits. Has one person seen a place that makes socks or sells socks?
No.
And that, ladies and saints, is why I'll always be a rich right there. That's the one. So that's why I tell people you experience it. I didn't think of that. I experienced it. Bought a couple suits and I was like, damn, you know what? Like even right now, I took in my denim. I was wearing some denim jeans and I needed them to take in the waist of them denim jeans. And I was like, damn.
Y'all think he fresh? Tell me y'all think he fresh.
Bought a couple suits and I was like, damn, you know what? Like even right now, I took in my denim. I was wearing some denim jeans and I needed them to take in the waist.
Okay. White shoes, blue socks, yellow pants.
For them denim jeans.
Open up
and I
dress
was
shirt.
like, damn, I'll just take these since they're ready. so I could give him my jeans. And I was like, oh, these socks don't match. And you know, a super player, man, you know, you can't be looking average.
Hey, leave a comment if y'all think he fresh, y'all. He fresh? Give it a 1 through 10. Let me get a rating on that outfit.
Or below average. I was like, these are not the right socks for this. I need a pair of socks. And I was like, I asked the tailor, where can I go buy some socks? They're like, oh, we don't know. What? Do you make any? Do you sell any? No. Asked another tailor. Oh, boom. That's the business. You experience it. Thinking is inferior. I don't have to think, but here's the thing. When you experience the right idea, if you have enough wisdom, you know it's the one, right? Like you can hear a couple ideas and you're like, oh, that one. I try to do less thinking now. So for example, I stole where's Mitchell? I stole part of Mitchell's suit. I stole part of Chris's suit. I stole Nick's jacket. I stole your jacket. I stole, who else? Did I get anybody else peeled off? So I realized that you could be an idea guy. That takes some real brain power. I'd just rather be the closer. A lot of people are opening all kind of they're openers. This is all good. I'm the closer. The money's at the end. I'm the closer. Just bring me in when the bases are loaded in this. I'm hitting this out the park. I close. You know what I'm saying? I need to think of ideas. Oh, Nick, that was a fly ass jacket. Hey, look here, look. Make this strip black. Make that black. Do that. Boom. Copy that. Saw his. I was like, oh, this jacket cold as. Yeah, I need it in black. Boom. We going to the next thing. I'm the closer. And here's the colder part. I'm not gonna do this, but I could do this. I'm like, Nick, that was a dope ass design. Then 2 weeks later, then see I got this up on mdblabel.com. His design. But it's really my design because I'm selling it. You see what I'm saying? Call me Jewish if you want to. Call me Jewish if you want to. But I'm the one that decided to make. He decided to wear it. I decided to make money on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that, but I'm just saying, like, that's how they play the game to where it's like, he needs to get some money because he thought of it. Well, he ain't thinking selling it, though.
Bruh.
You see what I'm saying? And that's where they play that game with the black.
That makes a lot of sense, man. That makes a lot of sense. It's like we all got the talent or whatever. We never figure out how to. Anybody, like, wonder, like, why does this person make more money than me? I mean, I got the talent, but they making more money than me because they selling it. Anything that they do, you know what I'm saying? They getting a higher percentage if they selling your records. But you rapping the records, you putting in the time, you know, acting. You know, it's just a lot of things that you put in the work in, but somebody else is making a higher end money on it. Like, dang, I ever think about that? Like, why do they make more money than me? That's the side we need to get on instead of complaining. That's the side I want to get on. I don't want to be complaining about all that. You know, I don't like making excuses, or I got to figure it out. Come up with a solution, you know what I mean?
Rapper, Jewish businessman. Well, this was just rapping. I was selling rap. He raps, I sell business. You see what I'm saying? And that's where they play that game with the black rapper, Jewish businessman. Well, this was just rapping. I was selling rap. He raps, I sell rap. And that's the key is like, are you really thinking like a hustler?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, those were some cold ass designs that's worth selling, but I'm trying to stay out of tangibles. You heard me? I'm trying to be in intangibles. Profit margins are higher. But that's how real hustlers are thinking. If you sitting back, you're like, man, which suit are guys really loving? Oh, they're really loving that. I'm like, oh man, would you wear that? Like, it's crazy, but would you wear that? And he's like, hell yeah, I'll wear that. I'm like, damn, like, might even go to the tailor, like, hey, how much was that? How much would it cost if I sent you measurements from the United States? How much to ship that? Like, you know, there's so many ways to work $1 out of a situation, but I'm a true believer, just like in Goodfellas, they said one thing that sounds crazy to non-criminals. Criminal said to the other criminal, he says, like, so-and-so's husband's going to the can because he wants to go to jail. You only go to jail if you want to go to jail. Which to a non-criminal, you're like, bro, what the f***? It make no sense. And to a hustler, I say,
did you know?
And to a hustler, I say, you only go broke or you only stay broke if you want to be broke.
Bro, you touched on some real too, man, because there was a rapper from Cali that died, and he was talking a lot of in the sense of talking about, oh man, like if all these guys are doing crime, why didn't they go to jail and we went to jail? And then the thing is, it's like, you know, on one end that might make sense to somebody stupid because you're like, oh man, he's probably not really a criminal because he didn't went to jail. But like if you're, you know, with your philosophy and your logic and actually thinking, it's like, yo, that person went to jail because they're a bad criminal and they probably should stop doing crime, because if you're going to jail each time you do a crime, you're not cut out for it. And you
Does that make sense to y'all? Like, I don't know, you know, like if a criminal is a person who always get caught all the time, should they continue being a criminal, or is this like a criminal is? Cause do y'all promote if a person is a criminal, but they good at it and they don't get caught, maybe they should continue doing it, or like if you keep getting caught, you know, you should stop, or both ways, you should stop either way. Should you continue being a criminal if you're good at it, or should you like stop if you're not good at it, or stop even if you are good at it?
need to go do something else. They're asking why, like, I went to jail. Why are we going to jail? They're such badass criminals. Yeah, because they're better than you. You're not a real criminal.
There's a percentage of that that's true, and there's a you know. So one thing we would always say is that whatever someone's rap sheet is, that's like a third of what they've done.
For sure.
Generally speaking, right? It's a third of what they've done. But I would never, if I'm a real criminal and I want to do some dirt, I would never want to do dirt with someone that has a clean rap sheet.
For sure.
Like, I don't even comprehend that. It's like, how did you do that? Because growing up in the hood, like, you can catch a case for actually not doing anything. You could catch a case for being next to that. You didn't even know that. Like, you know what I'm saying? We could just be a symbol like this in LA, and they just drive up, and you all getting patted down. And
you could be guilty by association, straight up. You ain't gotta be doing nothing. It probably be somebody else who probably you're around that you didn't know they just came from doing something, or they did something a couple of weeks ago, and now they caught up with them, and you chilling with them. You know what I mean? But that's just the way it works in the hood, profiling and stuff like that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Because they might pull up on this and like, oh, somebody's on probation. This is a gang assembly.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So,
affiliation.
Yeah, I don't trust people with no criminal record if I was going to do dirt. But more importantly, you're right in as much as the key of crime is to not get busted. But there's very few people that are that careful.
Hey, this brother right here, like, what color is that, bro? Hey, like, the background in him, bro, if that light wasn't there, bro. Hey, nah, I'm making fun of him, but honestly, he probably got, like, the most melanin that's needed to even survive and to fight against any bacterial or any type of. He has the highest survival rate based off his melanin skin. Facts.
Careful to where they can do crime on a consistent basis and not have an interaction with the law.
Oh, yes. Yes. 100%.
So one thing I will say that I always respected, and shout out to the big homie Suge, who's a real gangster. And people can say all they want about him, but all I've ever heard and seen is that the real gangster. Okay. They actually hate people who are real on the planet Earth.
Yeah.
In LA, people got so much bad to say about Night, but when he was out there in them streets, he was the boogeyman. Nobody with him, and everybody was scared. And I saw it with my own eyes in real life. So, but LA's all about gangster rap, right? So when he doing all this gangster, why everybody got so much bad stuff to say about him?
Right. He's just being him.
They were scared. So they want to say, oh, you're not a real gangster, but as soon as a real gangster show up, people don't respect it. They still got to say. Like even with 4X on No Jumper, people were like, oh yeah, like this in the county catching phase, like he's a real one. Well, he just got locked up 2 days ago and then whack 100s on him like, oh, I don't respect it. I told him to stay out of jail and I don't respect it. Well, no, 4X said he's a gangster and he's doing gangster and he ended up in jail. This is perfect alignment. That's what should be happening. Mm-hmm. Just like I say, I'm a hustler. You might catch me hustling. You know what I'm saying? Like, sure. That's what I do. For sure. You might catch me getting to the bag. Sure. Don't be shocked. Say he do stock outs and he's a gangster. That's what he gonna go to jail. So people are phony liars. It's like the fake ones want you to be fake like them.
For sure. Yeah.
And most everyone is fake. Like we're mostly dealing with fakers on the planet Earth.
It's just tough, bro. Like, cause it's crazy, bro. Like when I hear you say this, man, it's like that's why like this.
Yeah, this man like the only one talking. Is he like the only one engaged in that little conversation? Like he's the only one continuing to like rebuttal what he says or bring up something else for him something to talk about. Like this nigga always talking like shut up. Nah, that's what this man came there to really learn, man.
It's so refreshing, bro, because I'm around everybody and I'm like, but it's like you face the world and it's like you. And it's like that same rapper you used to say, it's like, you think people would root for that, and not in a sense, I don't know, bro. It's like you're around a certain thing. It's like, it's just like, wow, this feels like the way it's supposed to be. Yeah. And then you go out there and you're like, hold on, bro. Like why does like people are, even those things like you're saying, like work hard, do your, like all those different things.
That's crazy.
And it's like, hey, like, like do everything with a smile, like leave it at the door. Even like those corporate policies or whatever, and you're like almost a step above that, and you're doing what you do. You're not even worried about what nobody's doing. You really do, like, and like people would still meet you with the hate, or like even when you like being a good person and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like mind-boggling because like even though they'll tell.
I don't know why today in American society, you know what I mean? That's why I say it's like an American problem. Me personally, I don't think necessarily it's just like a black people problem. Like a lot of people, I know like black people are having a little feud against each other. And I'm all about oneness, so like my thing is it's an American problem and like people are like really hateful and they don't like the culture that we live in because it's honestly built to make us work and sleep deprived. You know what I mean? And it doesn't allow us to think and maximize who we are as people or what our purpose is on earth. It doesn't. It doesn't allow us to even connect with ourselves. It just makes us work and make us sleep deprived. So like a lot of hate around the world everywhere, you know what I mean? But in America highlighted because that's where I live, that's the culture I live in. And I'm from South Florida, so like I'm from a place where a lot of people from all over the world are come in, and I get to see them come into American culture, and maybe like months, maybe a year later, depending on who they are, or years later, they get tainted into the culture of America, and I see how they came into America and how their family still carry some values from where they're from. So like it's like I can see how the hate in America from people for different reasons or whatever, it's just it's they don't want to see good. A lot of people can work hard. You can be a good kid that focus on themselves and what their dreams are, and you'll be labeled in school as a loser, or as you'll be outcast. It's hard to make friends because you're sheltered at home, because they have a foundation that's doesn't regulate in the same way as in school. In school you could get shamed for a lot of things, and even outside of school when you get older, you know what I mean, you're still a guy who, but let's say you're outside of college, but the inside of college you was prioritizing school. You was not focusing on getting around, playing around, having anything. You was focused on exactly what you came there for. In the times that you do want to step in those social norms, you're not accepted or visible as a person who you're outcast. You're outcast at the end of the day. And it's like you're outcast because you are focused. You know what I mean? Why isn't that highlighted? Why aren't you rewarded in this culture that we live in? Why in this culture that we live in that you highlight so much negativity? Like, is anybody else curious about why in American history, in American culture, from our experience, even growing up and as an adult, you have to fight through so much perseverance. You go across other countries and see how there's so much love and everybody know each other, and they have more sense of who they are, where they come from, what their purposes are. Does it bother you? Does it make you feel good about our culture? I think it's an American problem. I know it's an American problem. Euro American problem. I don't even worry about Europe.
Tell you like, hey, like, do that. But so when I hear you, it's like you gotta hide that and like do certain in order to like really maneuver. Even though it's like you would think that that would be embraced. Like you're a real you just tell the truth, bro, and you think people would like with that.
Oh no, they
And
hate
you know,
that.
and
No, they hate that.
and it's just crazy to me, bro. It's like, and I'm around the real, and it's like, damn, like this is some real. Like, yo, man, I get like you get to say what you say, like
Yeah.
you know, like you say this crazy. I laugh because I understand the hyperbole. I understand the truth. It's like, oh, bro, it's just really just he's saying what he's saying, but like it's true. I can't
Yeah.
say it's not. And like
No, people
yeah.
know what I'm saying is real.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they don't want you to beat them. They don't want you to get ahead of them. They want certain pieces of information suppressed, and also people not telling the whole story. Like even like for example, Andrew Tate. I just mentioned these people because they're well known to the audience. I don't give a shit about these people. I don't hang out with them. But like, say you got Andrew Tate and then Marquette Devon Burton, right? And we both walk in, both dressed in, or no, let's use Tristan Tate, right? You got Tristan Tate and Marquette Devon Burton. We both walk into a job interview wearing the exact same suit, right? We give the exact same performance in America. Who's more likely to get the job?
Tristan.
What? Well, we're the exact same suit, exact same performance. Yeah, probably Tristan, right? Okay. So then you got a guy like Tristan Tate's like, you don't need to go to college. No, maybe you don't need to go to college because you can walk in and look the part. Maybe they don't even ask you if you went to college because you look like you went to college. You look like 10 other that for sure went. But I look like 100 that didn't go. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so in my case, it's a stepping stone of legitimacy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So there is a utility there, especially when you're operating at a certain level. Because Tristan and Andrew can play that black all they want. But I don't give a if your dad was black to you. Then ain't black to me. And you ain't black. Okay? Not off no disrespectful you're not black. I don't give a who said what. All of y'all can suck my and I beat the out of you. They're not black.
YouTube Premium.
Stop. They're no more black than he is. How they black? Even if his dad looked like me, but he came out like that, he's not black. Even if I'm his actual father, if he came out like that, he's not black. But the reason I say that is because he's gonna be able to use his appearance. Like what you feel like doesn't mean. You know what I'm saying? Just like Quad. Like, come over here, Quad. Like, this is a level of purity.
Yo, I was just talking about how black he is, man.
Not for real. This is a level of purity that people fear. There's black people that fear this. You hear me? Like actual black people that fear this. You see what I'm saying? So the way he navigates the world, I navigate the world, Tristan Tate's white ass navigates the world, and then an actual white person navigates the world, it's all gonna be different. So it would be a lie. Like if I had a son that looked like this, I'm gonna coach him up to operate in a certain way. You feel me? And if I have a son that looks like this, I'm gonna coach him up to operate in a certain way. But we're lying when we're like, well, he's black. Nigga, then what does black mean if Tristan is black? And that's no disrespect to them. They know what the I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's funny what he talking about. But now, all in all, man, you know, I wanted to highlight the mentality, man. You know, the mentality of being a. Cause I used to be one of them people, man. I used to be one of the people who actually sit around and be methodical. I thought methodical was the right way to be. You know, like kind of like come up with a plan, write it down. Then you, like I don't know, it was just a long process. Whereas you go ahead and come up with a plan. How do I get it executed? How much does it cost? Boom. That's how much it costs. Now I'm working towards it. So now I'm already, boom, I bought this. Now this is towards what I'm got going on. And now it's time for you to put the pedal to the metal. You got to keep putting the action behind it. And look, excuse me, I'm over if I'm loving my words. But slowly but surely, you will you'll be learning in the process and building in the process. And I've seen time and time again, people who actually are about action are the ones who come out on top. So I'm just go ahead and play this last little clip real quick, just so y'all can highlight this moment where I wanted to hear, and you guys, you know, and you can watch the video, the full video if you want. But
considering, because in the motion you're learning.
Action down.
Be considering, because in the motion you're learning. Right? Like in the midst of the action is where your learning really is. And especially if you're doing something that you have experience in or you have background in, you don't need to consciously think. That's why when I tell people about entrepreneurship, I say you don't think of a product, you experience a product. You experience it. Like, for example, every country I go to, I always say, how could a like me get rich in this? Because I'm a hustler and I like to put my hustle up against anybody's hustle.
Yeah, man. So that's what I want to kind of highlight. You know what I mean? You kind of gotta. I hope that everybody got what they needed out of this video. And if you like what you heard from the man Saint the Sinner, man, go check out his channel, man. I'm gonna leave the description down below, or at least his tag down below, so you guys could go check out his channel, Saint the Sinner, man. He always cooking. You'll see a lot more content from me about him. You know what I mean? Preaching his message or what I believe. You know what I'm saying? So like, y'all go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Tell me if you like this video. Comment on what you think about what he said. Let me know if y'all agree on the hustle mentality versus a thinker mentality. Which one you think works better? Go ahead and tell me what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.